Hello there, welcome to today's Daily Dominion, which is all sets. We have quite a few things going on here. A lot of sideways things. We had nearby, which gives the emissary plus buy when you gain it, so like Forum, and then Island Folk, which is probably, well, I don't need to rank him. It's a very strong ally. It's one of the strongest allies. It lets you get extra turns, which is a powerful effect in Dominion, and in particular, these turns are not restricted. This turn's not restricted in any way. And there are some ways to activate. So the liaison is emissary, which will give you favors if when you play the emissary you trigger a shuffle, which sometimes you just can't do it consistently, but here we do have Ironmonger, which means that we can just discard cards as we go through the shuffle, and then when we play an emissary at the end, we'll get there, and you can even repeat. Well, you can't really repeat that process, but you can get, you can also activate it off Jack of all trades, gaining a silver. So it's possible to get a couple emissary activations per turn. One other thing about just to be honest, Island Folk is too cheap. And one of the reasons it's too cheap is because you can accumulate the favors on the Island Folk turn as well. So you really have to get 2.5 favors per turn consistently, and you can trigger Island Folk, on average 2.5. And you can trigger Island Folk every turn. So anyway, that's just neither here nor there, but Island Folk is a little underpriced for what it does, probably. Anyway, and I think the main reason is because of being able to get favors on the extra turn. So, though kind of teasing out the components of that isn't super meaningful. All right, let's just look at our buys here. I would have preferred the 3-4. I think I would rather go Jack Fishing Village here. On the 5-2, we're going to take Fool's Gold something, and probably that something is Sanctuary. You could go Cultist or Emissary, I think would be reasonable, but we're just going to go with Sanctuary. Especially we have Shelters, which I didn't really notice. Would have also made Jack nicer. So, and the shelters make Jack nicer too. Like trashing OE is a little more impactful, and so on and so forth. So anyway, here we have 2 again. I mean, we're just gonna pick up another Fool's Gold, I guess, and then on the next 5, I feel like you do want. Well, you don't have to. I was gonna say I feel like you want Wealthy Villages here, but you don't actually have to play with them. You could just play with Cultists and Fool's Golds, or not Cultists, but Fool's Golds and Sanctuaries as your payload, and that's not necessarily unreasonable here. The question for me for Wealthy Village is whether or not I'm going to pick up a third kind of treasure, which is not hard if you buy a Jack. Just don't know if I really want a Jack all that much. It would actually be nicer here to have the Fool's Gold be bottom deck, because then we have a little better shot at hitting the the Fool's Gold collision into like a banish or something. So we don't want to run. I guess the piles aren't going to run too fast if the AI doesn't have extra gains. Let's just take an Ironmonger here. Okay, this is pretty awful. We're not drawing very well. They do buy gold, which of course is terrible. Let's get a couple Fool's Golds here. It would be nice. Geez, these are not clean so far. It would be nice to get the emissaries. We're really not running. We can here at least banish 3 coppers, which is okay. Well, I guess I should check. What do we have if we do this? We could go emissary plus. We could wait for a bigger banish than this. Which is reasonable. There's no alt VP, so we're really living and dying by whether we can hit the start hitting the island folks a little bit. Well, and just the AI maybe stalling out a bit. I don't know how likely that is. They're going to have decent enough money. Well, okay, they're a little mixed, right? Because they have the fool's golds plus the silvers. So this emissary is never triggering. Okay. Do I want to keep? Well, I'll draw more. Probably. Okay, this is still not a huge banish. Just because we haven't drawn. I mean, it would be nicer to do a little more, I think. If 15, we could go super heavy on the emissaries here. You know what we can do? This is actually going to be nice. We're going to herald. So we're going to put one of these emissaries on top. And we're going to get to activate right off rip here. Hopefully draw something nice. So we have a couple options here. I'm going to play the Ruin Library just on the off chance we get further, which we did. So that's actually quite nice. This is still not great, to be perfectly honest, as far as a turn went, but but we would like more of the emissaries. I'm trying to think, I might just buy a wealthy village, even though it doesn't activate, just for the village effect, because we have quite a few emissaries now. We already know there's an emissary down here. Actually, even a couple, maybe. Okay, so here we're gonna get to activate. Okay, that's nice. I should have, well, we're already getting the island folk turn, so it's not a big deal. Now we can at least toss this. We could have gotten another set of coffers, which probably would have been pretty good, but all right, so now we think to ourselves, what to buy. We could do the banish, I guess. What do we have this way if we do the banish? 13. It might be nice to get a jack of all trades here. What does that look like? How many fishing villages did we play? 2. If we get a fishing village, well, we can only buy 2. So if we go banish the coppers, we could save 1 copper. if we thought we were interested in doing Wealthy Village. So we banish the coppers. Okay. That's nice. Then we just take a couple of emissaries and a jack. Now we are going to be approaching pile out situations kind of soon, but I'm going to discard this one just to give us a shot, even though it's a little early to do that. We have enough down in here just to give us a shot at activating twice. We should be able to do because we're going to activate once there, and then we're going to play the jack. We're going to activate again. Wait, did I play the other one too early? No, we got it. Oh, I forgot to discard it. Oh, that was stupid. I wonder if it's info. I guess they're counting it as info. I needed to discard this silver here. This is actually potentially costly. That's pretty bad. We need to probably that's not good. That's actually pretty terrible. I wonder if I should just take the sanctuary. I'll try for plus, but we can't hammer. Not that great. That was bad by me. We probably will be fine. It's just not good. Okay, so we discard this. That's good. We can keep that. It was just a little bit sloppily played, the thing I did a second ago. Okay, so we didn't get plus buy also, which kind of sucked. Discard, right, we're gonna do it correctly this time. I don't think I'll play the cultist. Maybe I should play the cultist. The unfortunate issue now is that we don't have, well, we can maybe just double province twice and win. Guess we go for that. Well, but if we're doing that, we still don't really need to play the cultist. Let's not play the cultist. Let's force the bot to at least... We didn't get buys taken care of here. Obviously, we could have got buy off the loot, but we probably should have taken just a sanctuary at some point that we just kind of messed up on. I guess this be Ironmonger. All right, this is pretty good. We'll leave this now, right? We're just gonna go for hitting double and winning, so the Herald on top is better than not. I should have played these first, but... Alright, we're gonna make it... Everything's fine in the end. Not my cleanest play ever, but we do get there. We'll go ahead, we'll get the favors, just practice doing it correctly. Play the jack, discard the silver. There we go, we did it. Incredible. No one saw it coming. Yeah, so across the island folk turn. Obviously, if we have plus buy there, this gets even more out of hand. I just kind of messed up the build, and then there wasn't... I say there wasn't time. I guess there was probably time to get more plus buy, but it was also just easy enough to just take the provinces that way. This is a nice kingdom. This is a really cool board. I don't love the 5-2 here. And I honestly don't love my choices all through, though it worked out fine. but I'm not real clear on where to. It just felt a little slower than I think it should be. And maybe possible that you just bite the bullet and take a jack on the 2-5 even. That's not totally crazy. It's very possible that I should have done a banish earlier as well. Just on a 3 copper hand or something. And just sanctuary the rest, but in any case, it ran okay. It didn't run poorly. It just didn't run great. So, Neat Kingdom. AI is doing some stuff. As usual, it's just a little too all over the place as far as the goals. Like, you can play with Jack and Fool's Gold here, but you have to have control. And if you never ban... I don't think they banished the coppers. I don't know exactly what they had. You just end up with too many ruins and not enough action cards. There's a scary world here, I think, where the AI falls into doing like emissary. I don't know exactly, but where the money works out so that they're buying emissary plus fishing village for a couple turns. I think that's within the scope of what the AI might buy. I don't know. Maybe the AI never buys fishing village, but and builds like almost an engine, and it might look a little scary. Though anything without plus buy just, I don't think runs here, so. All right, well, I actually thought this kingdom was really cool. Hope you enjoyed watching it, and I will catch you all tomorrow.